Noisy Pixel. Back in around 2014, Salty Studios announced their first visual novel titled Twofold. However, it wouldn't be until 2020 that the studio would launch their first game. But it wasn't Twofold. Instead, the studio have opted to release a Yuri visual novel titled First Snow, which functions as a spin-off prequel to the still in development Twofold. And if you need more of a reason to pick this game up, well, it's free. First Snow stars Allison, a college student who has no idea what she wants to do in life. In search of independence, she's moved out, but now that hasn't turned out to be such a good idea. Without any real goals or motivations, she ends up roped into an art club run by the incredibly energetic Caprice, who uses the club as an excuse to create a friend circle. Here, Allison properly meets Eileen, an oil painter who couldn't be more different from her. They begin to bond over their mutual friend, Caprice, and their almost mirrored pasts before they end up doing club activities, which are just an excuse to hang out together. First Snow has some excellent design choices in the form of an impressive looking UI with a lovely handicraft design thanks to its use of layering. Aside from a customizable control scheme, it's got accessibility and formatting options as well as more general ones. The UI can even be altered with different font choices and text sizing. Additionally, there is a theme option that can either be hard set or left to alter itself throughout the story. The backgrounds are beautiful and carry a sort of painting vibe to them, with particle effects being used to create falling snow. Characters have alternate posters, as well as alterations to their outfit. The game also likes to alter focus on characters or backgrounds, which is a very cool visual thing that you don't tend to see. Allison sadly doesn't have her own sprite, but we do see her in the CGs. I'll also mention that the soundtrack only further helps this title carve its own little niche with the use of bass in background tracks, which isn't often seen in visual novels. First Snow is a short game, but since it's free, I really can't criticize it for that, because it's a well-paced, cute story about meeting new people. It cuts out a lot of events that occur while moving from place to place, which gives it a sort of movie vibe. There's an entire story here, and while it could be longer, it didn't need to be. The length does affect the more minor characters though, who could have been expanded on a bit more, but it puts most of that time focusing on Allison and Eileen. I mean, this is a romance, so at least it does that right. Also, this being a spin-off prequel to Twofold allows it to set up relationships that will be further explored in their upcoming title. There is an adult patch for those who want it, which I honestly didn't know existed until after the game released. However, it isn't crucial to get as it adds like one scene along with slightly modifying another. First Snow plays it safe with storytelling and pacing. Still, the free cost of entry allowed the studio to give the reader an insight into characters and relationships that can be expanded upon later. The game features some fantastic art direction, and its college cast allows the writers to create a story that a lot more people can instantly relate to without having to try and reminisce on high school days. The entire story comes off as familiar and comfortable in a tale that I enjoyed, which has me excited for whatever the team puts out next. It's merely free real estate. Noisy Pixel is giving First Snow an 8 out of 10. Thank you guys so much for watching. Noisy Pixel is a group dedicated to bringing you guys the best news reviews, previews, and more. Please stick around and ring the bell, add, subscribe, and all that jazz that you definitely already know how to do from the millions of other YouTubers who tell you how. You can also check out the written version of the review on noisypixel.net.